Imagine you're strolling through the heart of Paris, the air buzzing with excitement. The Louvre, a beacon of art and history, stands tall under the sun. But today, something extraordinary happens, something no one expected. The ancient halls are suddenly alive with a new kind of light, the glow of the Olympic torch carried by none other than BTS's Jin. Yes, Jin, the worldwide handsome, the voice that has touched millions, is now making history in one of the most iconic landmarks in the world. On France's biggest national holiday, Bastille Day, a day soaked in tradition and pride, Jin became the first foreigner ever to carry the Olympic torch through the Louvre Museum. Picture this. The city of Paris, draped in the colors of celebration, with Jin at its center, holding the torch that symbolizes hope, unity, and peace. It's a moment that feels almost surreal, like a scene out of a movie, where the world stops to witness a historic moment that will be talked about for generations. But this isn't just any moment. It's a global event, one that Billboard couldn't ignore. In fact, they didn't just mention Jin, they placed his torch relay as the #1 thing to look forward to at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Think about that. Out of all the monumental events at the Olympics, Jin's participation was the highlight, the moment everyone was waiting for. As he walked through the Louvre, the torch in his hand wasn't just a symbol of the Games. It was a beacon for fans around the world. Jin wasn't just representing Korea. He was representing millions of people who look up to him, who find strength and joy in his music, and who see him as a symbol of hope in their own lives. The Louvre, a place of timeless beauty, was now lit up with the light of the future, carried by one of the most beloved artists of our time. And then there's the opening ceremony. Imagine the Seine River, its waters shimmering under the twilight as the Olympic flame makes its way across Paris. This isn't just a ceremony, it's a spectacle, a moment where art, culture, and sports collide in the most breathtaking way. The 2024 Paris Olympics are set to be a vibrant hub of pop culture, with Jin's torch relay kicking off the festivities in a way that no one will forget. But let's dive deeper into what this means. Jin's involvement in the Olympics is more than just a celebrity appearance. It's a testament to his impact, his reach, and his ability to unite people from all walks of life. When he passed the torch to former French national freestyle skier Sandra Lura, it wasn't just a handover, it was a symbolic passing of dreams, a moment where two worlds collided in the spirit of harmony and peace. Jin later shared his feelings about the experience, and his words resonate deeply with anyone who has ever felt the weight of responsibility. He confessed that he was so nervous time seemed to stand still. Yet, he found strength in the cheers of those who came to support him. Fans from all over the world, some traveling miles just to catch a glimpse of him, filled the streets of Paris. They waved banners in Korean, chanted his name, and created an atmosphere so electric, it felt like a BTS concert right in the heart of Paris. This wasn't just an Olympic event, it was a moment of pure, unfiltered emotion. Jin's fans, army, turned out in droves, their voices echoing through the streets, their support palpable. It was as if the entire world was watching. And in that moment, Jin wasn't just a K-pop idol. He was a global ambassador of peace, unity, and love. Media around the world couldn't get enough. Paris Match, France's largest weekly magazine, featured Jin alongside French icons like Thierry Henry and Olympic champion Enzo Lefort. But Jin's presence stood out not just because he was the only foreigner, but because of the sheer magnitude of his influence. Even the Associated Press highlighted Jin as the torchbearer who captured the most attention, a true testament to his global superstar status. The coverage didn't stop there. Domestically and internationally, broadcasters focused on Jin's torch relay as a significant event. SBS's live broadcast of the opening ceremony emphasized the massive turnout of fans, with anchors noting that it felt more like a performance than a traditional relay. The streets were packed, not just with locals, but with fans from across Europe, all there to support Jin. It was a moment of pride, a moment that showcased the power of fandom and the universal appeal of BTS. Entertainment programs captured the magic of the moment as well. Shows like Family Over the Line highlighted Jin's relay, with hosts expressing their admiration and pride. They marveled at the sight of Jin, surrounded by countless fans, all chanting his name. It wasn't just about carrying a torch, it was about carrying the hopes and dreams of millions. As we look ahead to the 2024 Paris Olympics, it's clear that this event is more than just a sporting competition. It's a celebration of global culture, a moment where the world comes together to share in something truly special. And at the heart of it all is Jin, a man who has not only made history, but has touched the hearts of people around the world. So, when you think of the 2024 Paris Olympics, remember this. The torch that Jin carried wasn't just a flame. It was a symbol of everything he stands for. Hope, unity, peace, and the unwavering love of his fans. And in that moment, as the torch lit up the Louvre, it wasn't just Paris that was illuminated, it was the entire world.